Hello and welcome to Talking Real on the Couch with the RCS team and their guests. Through shared conversations reflecting real topics and experiences, you will have the opportunity to broaden your knowledge and learn some great tips. So sit back and let's get started. Hi and welcome to Talking Real on the Couch. I'm Jo Brand and I'm joined again with Nathan Larson, our Operations Manager for Business Development.
Thanks for having me, Jo. It's great to be down here. Last time we did this, we were in lockdown, I think.
It's virtual, yeah.
For those of you that watched, it was a lot of fun, but not as much fun as being down here on the actual blue couch for the first time.
It is actually comfortable, isn't it?
It's great.
Good space to have a good conversation.
Absolutely.
So I thought today we'd talk about resilience, so carrying on from our topic that we spoke about last time.
Yep.
What does resilience mean to you?
I guess it's how we go through a challenging situation within our life and how we come out the other end.
Yeah.
So particularly, I guess, looking at how long it takes to
bounce back.
For someone to get through that, and acknowledging that everyone's experience of resilience is still merited against their situation. We all go through it differently.
We do. And I guess it's really important to highlight as well that having resilience helps you to still function the everyday as well. I mean, how many times have we gone through adversities where we've wanted to exclude ourselves from life?
Just withdraw versus pushing through.
That's right.
And
it's good to I guess explain that resilience still doesn't mean that you can't feel. So you're allowed to feel upset, angry, depressed, etc. through the building of resilience to the challenge. But again, it's keeping in mind how long it takes you to stay in that space before you bounce back.
And you probably hit on a few key points there. You almost have to go through all those stages to define resilience and come out the other end. You wouldn't be building your resilience if it wasn't challenging to get through.
That's right.
And that's probably what separates it from, an everyday sort of challenge to something that is substantially bigger and takes a lot more time to get through.
That's it. And we've all experienced challenges and, we could experience the same challenge, but manage it differently. And that's all based on our experiences that have led us to that point. Yeah.
Personality traits, different coping strategies. There's a whole range of things that I would think enable someone to get through their situation differently to how someone else would get through it. And there's no right or wrong.
No.
It's just everyone deals with it in their way.
That's it. But it's an important skill to acquire, isn't it? Just to move forward life confidently and successfully.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but my resilience cape, I don't have one. I don't have one. Do you have a super cape?
No.
So it's not something that you're born with. It is something that, again, you have to learn and you have to practice daily, don't you?
Yeah, and it's probably a lifelong journey. Life will inevitably throw up challenges and adversities that we're going to have to get through. Resilience is really how we get through that, how we come out the other side, still functioning, understanding that life goes on, and then how you rebuild.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So if we look at some examples of where we've had to apply resilience, or where you go through challenges and you're relying on that skill to move you forward. Have you got any kind of, I know you do. So you've got some personal kind of examples where you've had to apply resilience?
So it's quite a simple example. Jo and I were having a chat before about public speaking. It is something that I used to be terrified of, particularly going through high school. I couldn't get up, I couldn't talk in front of people. I guess for those that know me now, I could talk underwater. But it has taken a long time to build that confidence up and understand that, yes, I do have the skill set and that, yes, I do have the knowledge. I think for me, building that confidence around it came once I believed in myself that what I was saying was worth being heard.
I think a lot of people can resonate with the public speaking as an experience. It's very off-putting to a lot of people. But it's not letting that first experience of maybe not shining put you off from continuing to do it. So if you can learn by that experience and face again doing it more and more.
And with public speaking, there's plenty of times where you can reflect back and work out how you could have done better. It's probably the best way to say it. You know, it's crazy to think you're going to get up and do it the first time perfectly. Life just doesn't work that way.
That's it. And, you know, that's one experience, but there's so many experiences that all of us, are faced with.
Yeah.
Anything from health concerns, from, job loss, financial stress. They can set you back in life, can't they?
Absolutely.
Relationship breakdowns and challenges there. They're all significant to where we need that skill of resilience to be able to move forward.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about some strategies that we can apply. Obviously, you've mentioned confidence. That's the ruling for me. I think that's a really important thing, to have that self-belief.
Yeah, and that does take time to build. I think we're crazy to think we're just born with this innate ability to be confident in everything that we're going to do.
Yeah.
I guess the old saying, practice makes perfect. You stick at it, you implement strategies.
Yes.
And you will build that confidence.
Yeah.
To actually achieve whatever you're setting your mind to.
Absolutely. So confidence is definitely something that will help you build your resilience. And what about positive self-talk? I know that that's an element of confidence building, but I know when I'm going through challenging times, it's easy for me to sit in that moment and feel the challenge rather than reflecting back through my experiences and going, well, actually, I have overcome quite a bit. I know I can actually overcome this too. So that positive self-talk is really important too.
I think it goes hand in hand with that reflection that you were talking about. Critiquing yourself, not from a negative perspective, but understanding where you could have done it better. Look back, analyze that. Where did you feel you stumbled or your weaknesses were, and how then would you correct them? And right at the end of, I guess, that little internal assessment, go, right, do it again tomorrow, or get back up. Don't fall off the horse and never get back on it.
And I think through that reflection process, it's really important to disconnect the emotions and look at it more from a factual point of view. So some people might go, well, that's lacking empathy. Well, it's not in reflection.
Yeah. Yes. And I think probably taking that concept, it's probably worth noting when we're talking about public speaking, obviously it is something that could be considered minor to some very big situations.
Yeah.
And you're right, taking that emotion out of it, whilst it might take a long time to get to the point where you can take that emotion out, it's the only way you're probably going to be able to look at that situation objectively.
Yes.
And build how do I overcome this?
That's right.
So.
And looking at more factually too, you can put those strategies more easily in place, can't you?
Yeah. Definitely.
I think having a really solid support network also assists in building that resilience. To feel that you're alone through these challenges can often, again, make you want to become reclusive, I guess. Yeah.
I think we touched on the point when we were doing this virtually that a lot of people feel that they've got no one in their life.
Yes.
Yes, there are situations where there isn't. However, I think a lot of people don't give credit to just how supportive someone would be, even that one person they might know that is not close.
Yes.
But they're still able to pick up the phone and go, look, I am going through a tough time. As humans, we're happy to help someone.
Absolutely.
Get through any sort of adversity.
That's it. And I think you're right. It's just making that initial, or having the confidence in making that initial reach out to be assured that somebody will help, will assist. Yeah.
Probably building resilience together.
Building resilience
in
that's it. It's because I know myself, I have been the world's worst with reaching out for support, and it hasn't come from a place of ego. It's come from more of a sense of, I don't want to be disappointed if they can't help. Ultimately, we have to help ourselves first. Nobody can do it for us, but having that supportive network, it certainly just makes you feel like you've got almost a cheer squad behind you. Yeah.
And we're probably lucky that we do have that. We both have families that we can draw on.
Yeah.
A very strong support network that if any of us went through something really tough, we would have people there. So probably can't undersell how important that is and how lucky we are to have that.
That's right. And when we talk about strategies, we just said before, have a look at it, detach the emotions and have a look at it factually, and then that way it enables us to put some appropriate strategies in place for moving forward. But in those strategies, it's really important to educate yourself.
Yeah.
And the more education, the more research that you can do about a topic, or talking to your support network to find out ways around things or moving forward, gives you that little bit of confidence too in applying it.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we keep using that word confidence. And for me, resilience and confidence really do go hand in hand. Like to be able to come out the other end, feeling like you've implemented that resilience, you've come out, you're better for the experience. I know it's still glass half full looking at it.
Yeah.
But it is getting that confidence. And it can take, for some people, weeks, for others, decades. There is no defined right time for how long it can take. It is just pushing through until you slowly build up that confidence to take that next step, to change a situation, or to work out how to reach out to someone, like you were saying.
That's it.
Yeah.
So we want to encourage, I guess, our community to start reflecting on their experiences and challenges that they have faced, and reflect on how they got through them, because you can do it, and to have the knowledge, I guess, of using these types of strategies in moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone has a skill set.
Yes.
I do firmly believe everyone has the ability to be resilient and to come out of a situation at the other end. It may take a lot of help. It may be incredibly challenging. Just thinking DV, all those sort of scenarios.
That's right.
They're huge adversities to overcome.
And it doesn't, there's no time frame on, like you were saying before, on resilience. It's just a matter of applying it and making sure that you do bounce back. Yeah, that's right.
So I think there's a lot of stories that we hear that are going to supersede public speaking. It was kind of an easy one to examples to, but I guess we want to make sure that people understand that this can take a long time, and that quite often there is a large support network needed to get through those big situations and come out the other end having the confidence to push through and be a better person for it.
That's it. So remember, resilience is a really key quality or characteristic to keep on working on.
Yeah, I think it'll take a lifetime to refine it. Probably wouldn't be human if we weren't having to always work on our own self-confidence and belief.
That's it. So Nathan, while I've got you on the couch, because I didn't get the opportunity to do it last time, I've got my quick 5 questions to get to know Nathan Larson a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready?
Sure, go for it.
All right, easy question first. What is your favourite food?
Pizza.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Pizza or ice cream. They're right up there.
Contrast, but yes. If you could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
The ability to turn back time.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right, interesting.
I won't go into too much detail.
I was going to say, should I ask why? Maybe not. Okay, we won't.
No, I just think for me that would be a great skill. I think of all the change that you could potentially make.
Yeah, I agree.
Being able to jump through time.
And what do you get up to on your weekends, your spare time?
Definitely spending a fair bit of time with my son.
Yes.
Love doing any activities that are fun with him. Like, it really brings a lot of joy.
Yeah.
So
you're a bit of an outdoors kind of person, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
I do enjoy getting outdoors, so I do a lot of dirt bike riding.
Yeah.
Looking at mountain biking, things like that. So yeah.
And stress. Tell us how you manage your stress. Obviously, resilience.
Yes. I do get stressed, so I do have a lot of strategies that I do implement to go, again, from 2 deep breaths to a bit of reflection to go, right, how could you have probably coped with that situation a bit better?
Yeah.
For me, it is a daily thing that I do find periods get stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a lot of effort into managing that stress from a personal perspective.
Yeah, and I guess too, I'll just revert a little bit back to resilience with stress, because we need to be resilient towards stress, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, although I feel stressed, I never want that stress to get the better of me.
Yeah.
And so I have the belief and self-confidence in myself to go, I can push through that situation.
Love it.
So.
So if you could give one tip to someone towards living their best life, what would that tip be?
Find what makes you happy and try and do that as a job.
Yeah.
If you can get paid to do something you're enjoying, and then the next 60 years we all have to do it is just a little bit easier.
So true.
For me, I guess I found a passion in the sector. So for me, while, you know, like everyone had tough days,
yep.
I do go home and go, well, I still enjoy the core aspect of working in the sector.
Yes.
And I'll probably tap out if I lose that.
You gotta have that passion, don't you?
Yeah, if you lose the passion,
you
you need to then go find your next drive, your next passion.
Yeah. And you've been in this industry for quite some time now too, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, since I was 18.
Wow.
So my whole working career has been in the community services sector.
Yeah.
You know, started off as a teacher aide in special education schools, fell over into the community services sector as a support worker, and have worked my way up, and I hand on my heart and say I love it.
And that's why you're so great at your job. So Nathan, I've got one tip for you though, for public speaking. So you can't tell me, you know, when you get on stage or in front of a camera that you still don't get a little bit nervous.
No, absolutely, I get nervous.
Which is a good thing, because it means you care.
Yes, my neck is probably a little bit red.
Yeah.
That's a physical sign.
That is a physical sign
that I am getting nervous. Yeah.
So one little tip I'm going to give back to you.
Perfect.
Did you know that squeezing your butt cheeks every time you feel nervous can help? Because you're distracted by the tension in your glutes over the nerves. So that's a tip that I use, because I too still get nervous in public speaking.
Can everyone watching this?
Yes, Nathan's going to squeeze his butt cheeks.
Can you guys all practice this at some point? Do we have comments that pop up on
Yes,
the
I think we can.
So if I sit here squeezing my butt cheeks together and my redness goes away, I've got a perfect strategy. Just curious how many people could actually get up and do that without too much movement, so it just doesn't look like you're at the podium, just sort of doing a semi-workout behind it.
So we'll sit here and squeeze our butt cheeks while you guys have a think about resilience. Thanks for joining us, and thank you, Nathan.
Thanks for having me.
And we look forward to talking to you on the couch again soon.
See you guys.
Thanks for joining us on the couch. We would love to hear any questions or feedback you have. And remember to like and share these episodes too. We look forward to seeing you next week for more laughs and great conversations.